Hello, dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. As always, guys, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below in the description. So, Leo. Um, and before we get started, guys, reminder, general readings only take whatever applies. Leave the rest. We have this energy of unfair game. Um, Now, regardless of whether this is in love, career, finances, what expectations you had for yourself, or maybe expectations that other people had for you, you're probably in an energy where it's like, wow, I was dealt these very difficult cards, and it's not fair. So and so didn't get these cards. So and so didn't get these cards. So and so didn't, and it's like, okay, let's stop right there. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop comparing yourself to where others are at. You only see what those individuals want you to see. And in the same thing, vice versa, right? For some of you, if you're not the one comparing yourself, other people are comparing themselves to you and to your success. Regardless of whatever the energy is or where it is that you stand, you don't know the whole story and they don't know your whole story. So comparing yourself to others, the only thing that is going to do, it is going to fill you with resentment, and it's going to keep you in an energy of continuously feeling like nothing is ever going to work in your favor, or like you have to work 10 times harder, or etc., etc. And it's like, let's stop right there. Let's focus on where it is that you're at. Focus on what it is that you want, where it is that you want to go, where it is that you see yourself, and then let's go ahead and let's set up a plan, right? Let's go ahead and let's execute all of those little things that have to be done in order to get you to that place. But doing this and scrolling through social media or comparing yourself to others, that's not doing anything. That's not going to serve a purpose to get you closer to what it is that you want to attain. So some of you definitely need to take a break from social media. You need to take a break from from social media. It keeps coming back to social media, right? And you need to get yourself out of that space where you're comparing yourself. And I get it, guys. Growing up, I was compared to my sisters, to my cousins, to everyone, right? And we all go through that, right? But when you know better, you do better. When you learn, you go ahead and you apply those things, right? So, like, for instance, I have 4 kids. I have 3 of which are in the same grade. All of their grades are different. There's somebody that does better in math, somebody does better in social studies, somebody does better in science, right? But I do not compare one grade to the other, because that is that person's strength is math. That person's strength is reading. That person's strength is science. This person may be a little weaker in math where they have to try a little harder. This person has to try a little harder in science. This person has to try a little harder in reading. But I do not, as a parent, let's put it this way, because I know what it did to me emotionally and mentally when I was compared to other people, right? I was always trying to strive for something that made it very difficult. But what I do as a parent is I compare their grades to their last report card. Okay, why did this go down? Oh, look, this went up. Oh, what happened here? But I am not comparing them against each other, because they are individual and they're not the same. And yes, 2 of them are identical twins, right? But still, either way, they are their own person. And that's kind of like how you have to remind yourself, you are your own person on your own journey, on your own path, at your own time, at your own rhythm. So stop comparing yourself to anyone else. It is that. And yes, it's easier said than done, but you have to at least start getting yourself to start thinking that way. You know why? Because you how can I put it this way? Somebody else may be comparing themselves to you as to where you are, either in a relationship, or whether you are financially, or whether you, whatever it is, fitness level, what, like, stop comparing yourself to anyone and start setting goals that are going to allow you to get to that point, whether it is in your finances, whether it is in your career, whether it is your physical appearance, your health, whatever it is. Focus that energy that you're using on comparing yourself to setting up a plan and executing it. All right, so let's go ahead and let's pull out a few tarot. So we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse, we have the Last Judgment, and then we have the King of Swords. So again, there is this energy of like, the quicker, what is this that keeps falling off? Truce, the Four of Swords. And when we talk of like the way that this energy is coming in with the truths, is like, you want it bad enough. You have to want something bad enough that regardless of whatever it is that is being asked of you to do, you're going to do it without holding back, right? A lot of the times that is facing certain fears, a lot of the times that is changing your mindset and doing things in a different way. So with the Queen of Wands in the reverse, we have the Last Judgment, and then we have the King of Swords. So how badly do you want something? And when you're able to answer your question, when you're able to answer that question to yourself, then are you willing to do everything that Spirit is guiding you to do in order to accomplish it? And that is going to come with the first thing that you need to stop doing is stop comparing yourself to others, or where others are in their life in that area at this moment in time. So let's go ahead and let's pull out a love energy card. Now, the love energy card can be any type of relationship, self, romantic, platonic, career, spirituality. Just give me one love energy card, Spirit. The Snake. The Snake talks about competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. So when you're in competition with other people, you're constantly critiquing yourself based on what it is that they are successful in. But you're not even giving yourself a fighting chance, because there are things that come naturally to you that do not come naturally to them. And when you try to copy, or you try to do something the same exact way someone else is doing it, it may not work for you, because it's not the way that it's meant for you. So instead of competing with other people, allow yourself that space to figure out a way that something works out for you. So let's go ahead and let's pull out a closing message for you guys. Give me a closing message for Leo, Spirit. A closing message for Leo. A closing message for Leo. Shark, number 35. Again, we're talking about competition. We're talking about moving away from things. Swim away from this situation. Swim away from this situation. Swim away from anything that is making you or is putting you in a position where you're comparing your success or your life, your worth to someone else. It is not worth it. It is not worth the mental agony that comes with it, the emotional stress. It is not worth anything to you. The only thing that does is keep you in a space where then you're stuck. Because then you're like, oh, I am never going. Oh, I will never. And then you are the one using those words and you're setting things into motion. So instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on what it is that you want, what it is that you want to accomplish, and then go from there. Okay, Lee? Stop with the comparison. Stop with competing with other people. That's not what you're here for. That is not the way to live life. You know, and I know that in certain cultures and in certain groups or whatever, that is what is done. But if you're doing this or somebody's doing this to you, it's like it needs to stop. We're here to help build each other up, not tear each other down. You can be inspired by someone, but that doesn't mean that you're trying to be them or that you're trying to be like them. Well, guys, that is all that I have. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing. Guys, take care. Love you all. Bye bye.